Summertime. Så du min, og jeg vild med dig. Summertime. Honey, honey, so.
Hi there, Cancer, and welcome to this week's astrological forecast that starts at the 28th of August and ends at the 5th of September 2018. Welcome to your modern shaman, Maria in RainbowLand. So another week for us. Yay! The heartful report here, the 7 signs of the week. Something I started last week. And for you guys, Cancer, we start with sign number 1. The sun is in Virgo. It was also last week there, but last week, I don't know if you remember, we had the grand trine in earth signs. And Virgo for you guys, Virgo is the sign of your 3rd house, where you actually start communicating. You start manifesting the things that you have been planning, building up, and you start manifesting them through communicating them to the world, showing in details what it is that you are so good at, and getting around and about wherever you are with this thing that you can do. And at the same time as the 3rd house is activated, you also have your 7th house and your 11th house activated. Still, the grand trine is no longer active 100%, but it's still clinging. So this is all about, as I said last week, getting your message out there in the world to other people, showing them what it is that you can, and keep having faith in yourself. Keep trusting that you are absolutely amazing at what it is that you do. You know that I've said that the Cancers are the ones that very soon are going to lead the way for all of us. And already now it started with the eclipse in the beginning of July. So keep on doing that amazing work you do. And don't lose faith, even though your mood may swing. Stay centered and grounded. Sign number 2 this week. Sign number 2 is that Mercury is still moving forward after the retrograde, but it's going to be out of the retrograde cycle. You know, if a planet moves forward, backwards, forward, and it passes this place 3 times. And that's in Leo, your 2nd house of money, value, self-worth, and your own personal resources. So you've had a lot of thoughts about that, but this week it's going to go out into a new area, a new phase where you don't stay trapped in the same pattern of what to do in this situation. Hopefully some new ideas will come up for you. The stars are indicating that there's a good chance. Or some new ways of approaching it mentally, how you can manifest and how you can use your self-worth and what you have, your resources to get money into your life or to get the things that you need. Not only on a physical level, but also inspirational wise. It's going to be nice after the 2nd of September. You probably already noticed that people around you are starting to have a new way of communicating, a new brighter look upon the things after the rather rough summer, with a lot of good, deep purging and transformation. Sign number 3 of this week. It's Venus. It's Venus in your 4th house, your natural house. Venus, as I said earlier, is at home here, so she feels good in Libra. And it is your 4th house, which is your emotions and your personal life, your fundament, and your family situation. But she's squaring Pluto this week. And Pluto is in your relationship sector. So don't be surprised if you feel like something in your home is being, or in your personal feelings is being triggered by something that doesn't feel so pleasant through another person, but it's a chance for you again to transform something inside of you in regards to your relationships to other people, your tolerance, and also perhaps a change needs to be made. And whether this be that you move to another place, or whether this be that you rearrange things where you are already, whether it takes for you to change your emotional ways and try to direct your emotions in another way through some open communication, some honest communication with the heart wide open. Well, that is your situation that determines that. We have so many there are so many cancers out there. So, but I can just say that Pluto is the planet of deep transformation, you know, where we go deeply within ourselves and look at the things that, if they are buried in the basement of our soul, of our psyche, not our soul, our psyche, down here in the stomach, it's probably because they weren't that nice to look upon. So if you take whatever someone is reflecting to you on the outside as a personal way of you transforming something within you, so that you don't react, but really feel through, what can I say, but without letting, I mean, what can I tell this person? How can I communicate with this person without taking something from them, but taking the lesson from life instead, so that you own your own feelings in it and transform your way of looking upon it. I have something in my personal life where I know that for a while, a longer while, I will have to face a certain situation in regards to relationships often. I know that I'm not supposed to change that. I do that and I cannot change it, so I have to change my own way. I have to change the way I approach. So every time this situation comes up, and I feel like reacting like I usually do by rolling my eyes and thinking, oh no, not that again. And we have to remember that that feeling, even though we don't say something, we hit the other person with it. And we create a bad cycle, that repetitive cycle. So if we really want to change our relationships, we need to change the way we react. There is always a choice of the positive outlook, of the positive feeling, of the acceptance of that, okay, maybe I'm not really interested in being in this energy right now, but apparently I have to. Venus in our 4th house is also can be romantical feelings in our 4th house, but maybe it comes from other people. Having romantical things going on where you want, you would have liked to have chosen not to be a part of it, or that it had been yourself or whatever. But no matter what it is, then remember we can always change our perspective. 4th sign of the week is the moon. Last week you had an awesome full moon there in your in your 9th house, your sister sign, the sister sign of Pisces. Every year we have only one full moon and new moon in each sign. So every year when there's a new moon in Pisces, for example, for you, that was half a year ago, some ideas about traveling, expanding your mind, came to you. Getting a new belief system, or being in your belief system, having a new perspective of the world came to you. Then you had half a year until now, this Sunday, last Sunday, where the full moon was in your 9th house, to elaborate this, do something about it, and now, you know, work on it, act on it, upon it. And then always half a year after the new moon, the full moon shows the culmination on this that you started. So you are probably traveling, or you are in this higher education, where you're learning a new language, a new way of seeing, a new philosophy, a new identity for your belief of how the world is coming to a fruition, a culmination right now. If you didn't do any work, then life is probably knocking on your head, saying, hello, didn't you forget to elaborate, to work upon your belief systems, etc. Anyways, this week the moon is going through your 10th house of career, goals and ambitions in Aries, squaring your 7th house, so there can be again these things that you have to deal with in relationships that aren't feeling that nice, because you have to change something within, or because you just need to learn to be in a state of acceptance and in a state of optimism. And it goes on to Taurus in your 11th house of friendships, and it awakens Uranus in your 11th house. So maybe you get a new idea and plan for the future through a friend or through a group of people you are part of in a positive way. Because the moon is your ruler, right? And then it goes on into Gemini, where it's your 12th house, so maybe you need some time alone to rest. You need some time to meditate. You need some time, to calm down and listen to the spirit within you, the higher self, or whatever you want to call it, all there is, God, the universe, love. I mean, I have so many different ways of saying it. Meditate, go walk in nature. So do stuff like that. And you have to remember that my week starts at Tuesday and ends at Wednesday, because it's for the whole world. So I have 8 days in my week from Tuesday to Wednesday, and it starts in Aries, and it's for a little bit more than 2 days in each sign. So Aries until Thursday, then Taurus, as I explained, right? And then Gemini, and it ends in your own sign, giving you energy, starting a new moon cycle for you. But that's next week. Sign number 5 of the week, Mars moving direct in your relationship house. Oh, finally, after 60 days of retrograding, where things have been so intense in regards to relationships to other people, it's time to move forward. Again, Mars has also been passing the same area, where it now moves forward, but in the critical degrees of your 7th house. So you are being tested, but in a way where you can take advantage of it. You're being tested. Some relationships may have to go. Something may be over. It's going to pass the 30 degree, 0 degree, 30 degree Capricorn, 0 degree Aquarius, where we have to do with death, which is not always physical, right? Maybe someone died. It can also be, a situation died, or someone you're not going to see anymore, or something finished in regards to your relationships within you. Maybe you have fancied someone and suddenly you're like, now you know why this relationship was over. You suddenly realize that, now I'm done with it. I learned the lesson. He is no longer interesting for me, not because she or he is stupid, but I learned the lesson that they came to give me. It can also be other things. You have to use your brilliant, excellent intuition to find out what it is. Sign number 6 of the week is the tarot card of the week. And because I started filming these reports outside and it started raining, I drew the cards inside. And then I went inside because I was a little tired of that. It started raining, sun, it's destroying my equipment. So. But I already drew your card, and it's the Fool. He's standing on a cliff, and he's not afraid of the future. You are forced with this card to start afresh in your life. Start over new, with an open heart, without fear. There's a new beginning for you, and you are already in this new beginning, and you feel it now, this week. The Fool, even though he stands on a cliff, he's full of faith in life itself, in God, in himself. And he uses singing and dancing as tools, as means of staying in a positive, optimistic state where he actually manifests just that for him. And that leads me to, and actually, this has something to do with your 5th house, is what I'm getting here. Jupiter's in your 5th house still, where you fall in love with life. If you fall in love with someone new, you meet someone new, it can also just be that your creativity and your creative expression and your ability to follow your heart is in full blossom and starts over new, falling in love with life in a new way, allowing new love to come into your life. And it leads me to sign number 7 of the week, which is this week, the theme of the week. Theme of the week is that remember that all your thoughts manifest. All your feelings manifest. What you say manifests. So what you focus upon, whether it's in your communication, talk-wise, in your thoughts, mental, in your feelings, stomach, heart, emotions, that's the reality you create for yourself. So if you keep repeating that, oh, this always goes bad for me. you say that, that's what it's going to be. Or if you're afraid of saying what you really want from life because you're afraid of being rejected, and then you just reject it, and then you just say something else, that is also going to be manifested. So this week, I dare you to speak your truth, without hurting others, of course, and having an intention by it. It's not just about going out there in the world, starting to say to everyone the truth that you feel about them. It's about speaking from your heart when you speak, and try to notice how the media is not doing that. You cannot trust the media. There are lies everywhere, also in commercials, where we in business schools are taught to lie, manipulate with people, create a necessity of them to use our product. Through manipulation, we tell them that you cannot live without this. We should be light workers to carry the fan through the world of let's be honest and live from our hearts. Let's not accept and vote for people who lies. And start with yourself. And start noticing in your relationships, when you talk to people, are they actually expressing what they really want to express? Try to feel into their hearts. What do they really say? Is it the same as their words? Like that, you actually help them, because by focusing on their hearts, you give energy and focus to their hearts. Remember, what we focus upon grows. So, don't follow trends, follow your heart. Focus upon what you love and what you want more of, not the opposite. See you next week. Ciao.
Easy sliding down on me. You are now in my arms forever, all the way eternity. Set you free to be loved. Oh, my love. Oh,
Så du er min, og jeg er vild med